Hello, fellow change agents, and a happy new year to all. What have you been doing since the new year started? What great plans do you have for this year? What are your goals? Well, as you pursue whatever it is that you have determined in your heart to do, I would like to challenge you to extend grace. Yes. Recently, I reread the book of Jonah, and I admonish you to do the same. It's an Old Testament book, and I guarantee you'll be done in less than 30 minutes. Yes, it's really short. But until you read it, and just for the purpose of those who don't know, Jonah was a prophet who received instructions from God to go to Nineveh and warn the people of their sins. So please take note 1. Jonah received instructions from God. Jonah decided that he would not obey. Now, I know I can relate. We should do something we know we should, and then we don't. And essentially, the consequences follow. So take note again, note 2. As a result of his disobedience, Jonah interrupted an entire journey that people were on, and eventually he got swallowed by a fish. Yes, a literal fish, and spent 3 nights in the belly of the fish. Then, of course, as we sometimes do, Jonah cried out to God in repentance, and the fish vomited him out of his belly. Jonah then took, instead of what should have been a 3-day journey to get to Nineveh, he took 1 day, got to Nineveh, and made sure to carry out the instructions. Now, what do I want to wrap up the story with? Well, Jonah completes the task, but then he gets offended because God decides to spare Nineveh. So after he delivered the message, the people changed their ways and God decided to have mercy. But Jonah thought to himself, they don't deserve that. But Jonah forgot. He was just the one who disobeyed God, did not follow his instructions, and God also had mercy on him. God also extended grace to him. And yet, here he was trying to be upset because God was doing the same to someone else. Well, what do I want to highlight from the story? Let's go back to point 1. When we get instructions from God, let's do it. Even if it's difficult, even if it doesn't fit into what everybody else is doing, we should be honored to carry out his instructions no matter how hard. If you decide to disobey, remember, and I'll do the same. Remember and imagine consequences as grave as going in the belly of a fish for 3 days. Secondly, your disobedience not only affects you, it affects others. When Jonah disobeyed God, he almost got everyone in that boat that he boarded killed. Yet even in that, God extended his grace, because the story tells us that the people turned to God after they realized what had happened. And so, even though we veer off the path that God destines for us, he can still get glory out of a situation. Now, the third point, and my last point, is the one I really want to drive home. We have been given grace, so let's extend it. Grace, as we know, is unmerited favor. We don't deserve it. None of us deserve it. There are other definitions, but that definition captures exactly what I'm trying to say. Jonah was upset, because God decided to refrain from punishing Nineveh. Jonah did not believe they deserved grace, and they probably didn't. But Jonah forgot that he also was extended grace. And isn't that what we do sometimes? We are so quick to judge, we're so quick to remember other people's sin when we ourselves have sinned. We ourselves need to be judged. So I don't know, change agents, who is in your life that perhaps needs some grace, just a little bit. Maybe it's a coworker, a family member, a friend. Maybe it's you that you need to extend some grace to. As you go through 2022, remember, just as we have been given grace, extend it to someone else. I wish you all the very best for a prosperous, purpose-filled, and grace-filled year. Thanks for listening. And don't forget to go and read Jonah. All right? Let me know if it speaks to you.